Honourable members, with that completed, I am therefore going to call on members' orders of the day, numbers 1 to 3. Sorry, my mistake. It's 1 to 2.
Summary Offences, Position of High Power Laser Pointers Amendment Bill, Committee Stage. Parental Leave and Employment Protection, 6 months Paid Leave Amendment Bill, Committee Stage.
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Speaker.
I declare the House in committee for consideration of the Summary Offences, Possession of High Power Lasers Pointer Bill and the Parental Leave and Employment Protection 6 months Paid Leave Amendment Bill. Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Speaker. Members, the House in Committee for consideration of the Summary Offences, Possession of High-Powered Laser Pointers Amendment Bill and the Parental Leave and Employment Protection 6 months Paid Leave Amendment Bill. Members, we turn first to the Summary Offences, Possession of High-Power Laser Pointers Amendment Bill.
Mr. Chair.
The question is that Clause 1 stand part.
Mr. Chair, I seek leave for the clauses to be debated as one question.
Leave is sought for that purpose, that the clauses be taken as one question. Is there any objection? There is objection. The question then is that Clause 1 stand part.
Mr. Chair.
Call Dr. Cam Calder.
Mr. Chair, it's an extraordinary pleasure to stand and take a call on this bill. The high-powered lasers, Summary Offences, Possession of High-Powered Lasers Amendment Bill, in this, the committee stage. And I'm told that I can actually take a number of many causes I wanted. I cannot believe this, because rarely does one have that honour in this House. And indeed, and as you know, my time here is coming to an end. So I'm delighted to take this opportunity to speak on the Summary Offences Position of High-Powered Lasers Amendment Bill, Laser Pointers Amendment Bill. And I have to say that this was something that the committee changed the title of. They changed the title of the bill, which many of the members of the committee are here today, and I have to acknowledge the extraordinarily fine chairmanship of David Bennett and the remarkable support of Chris Ockenvall, Simon O'Connor and other members of the committee who looked at this bill long and hard. There was no withdrawal from the scrutiny they put upon this bill. And what they decided was, for very good reason, that the name of the bill should be changed from the Summary Offences Possession of Handheld Laser Amendment Bill to the Summary Offences Possession of High-Powered Laser Pointers Amendment Bill. And Mr. Chair, I'd like to go into some of the reasons why. And some of the reasons can be found on the internet, Mr. Twyford. I know, Mr. Twyford, that you're an habitué of the internet, and you yourself, were you to peruse the entry for high-powered lasers, would be surprised at what you find. And that is, what he would find is the extraordinary power of these devices. So I noted in the speech I made in the second reading how easy it was to purchase high-powered laser pointers for a relatively small price. And I'm pleased to say now that if one goes onto the internet, one finds warnings to prospective customers from the Ministry of Health and New Zealand Customs outlining to potential buyers of these devices, outlining to them our new customs and health regulations which cover importation and supply of these dangerous goods. Now, these new controls on the importation, supply, acquisition of high-powered laser pointers are reinforced in this legislation that we are debating in the committee house today. And as I say, the title of that bill has been changed to purposely bring in the definition of high-powered laser pointers, because what we found on the committee, and I'm sure members of the committee may bring this out and draw it out and expand upon it a little bit more in their own contribution to this debate, what we heard was that there was a body of opinion that suggested that devices of 1 milliwatt and less in power were highly unlikely to cause problem. Now, I have to put up my hand and say that when I drafted this bill, I personally wanted to include all laser pointers because I was of the opinion that you could still be distracted by a laser beam in one's eye at whatever strength. But the committee looked at the various arguments for and against this, and I'm sure one of my colleagues may bring this out to a greater degree later, and the committee made the decision that it would apply to laser pointers of over 1 milliwatt in power. Now, this is the reason we changed the title of the bill, which we've alluded to before, to make it clear that this summary offences amendment bill applies to possession of high-powered laser pointers and makes it an offence to carry such a device in a public place without reasonable excuse, Mr Chair. Now, so this bill, Mr Chair, is another strand in this government's efforts to reduce the very real danger posed by these devices. So just to recap, it's not just this bill. This bill is an adjunct to some excellent legislation that the government has brought to the scene. The government has brought in the person of Minister Joe Goodhue some extraordinary good legislation, and where I get the opportunity, I will speak more of that later in this debate.
I'm going to call Carol Beaumont.
Mr Chair, I rise to speak in support of the summary offences possession of handheld lasers.